not familiar with Souls West. Anyone here not familiar with Souls West at all? Okay, a couple people. Souls is the evangelism school for the Pacific Conference, and it is the only Bible college in the North American division that is underneath the structure and the leadership of the Adventist Church. In fact, all of our board members consist of the presidents of all of the conferences in the Pacific Union. So the other unique thing about Souls West is that we don't just come to a school and sit down and study the Bible for 2 years. Instead, it's much more than that. Not only do we sit in the classroom and study the Bible, but we also go out door to door and we distribute literature. This helps the students pay for their tuition, and many of them graduate debt-free, or sometimes we have to pay them because they made so much money in the canvassing work. I have a quote for you. Why do we use the canvassing work? Ellen White says in Colporteur Ministry, page 34, "In evangelistic canvassing, young men may become better prepared for ministerial labor than by spending many years in school." We believe that time is very short. We believe that God is going to have to train us very quickly so that the gospel can get out to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. And that's not saying that God is not using our Adventist schools or our seminaries. I believe He is. But at the same time, how do we get more than just the standard pastor out and trained? That's where Souls West comes in. We want to train young people. Many of our graduates go on to become nurses, teachers, they become businessmen, and they now have an evangelistic experience. If our typical graduate from Souls West has knocked on over 10,000 doors, they've served as a Bible worker, they helped coordinate or preach an evangelistic series, and many of them, as I said earlier, they paid their entire school bill entirely from the literature evangelism work. This is where the campus is located in Prescott, Arizona. Prescott, Arizona is in northern Arizona near Flagstaff, near the Grand Canyon. And it's nice because if you think of Arizona, you think of cactus. Well, we don't have any cactus on our campus, which is nice. In fact, we get snow. It just snowed. We had a bunch of snow before we left. We also train our young people to give speeches. We train them how to give sermons. My wife, she directs the choir. The choir, this is one of the albums they have, The Sound of Souls. If you're interested in one of the albums, you can talk to my wife about them. Now, what do you learn at Souls? Your first year, here are some of the classes. You learn the studies on the book of Daniel. You learn Christian marriage and the family, philosophy of true education, the defense of the 28 fundamental beliefs, speech, how to preach. You also learn righteousness by faith and salvation. The second year at Souls, you learn end-time events, kind of what we're studying this weekend. You learn what the book of Revelation teaches. You learn about the sanctuary message and defend the belief of 1844. You learn how to Bible work. You learn Christian leadership, apologetics, and health and healing. This was a picture of my 2014 class. Some of you have had the Bible workers here. I believe Daphne was here. I believe Bethany was here as well. Importance of house-to-house work. Why do we do this? The house-to-house labor, searching for lost souls, hunting for the lost sheep, is the most, what, everyone? Essential work that can be done. It's the most important work. More important than being a doctor, more important than going into nursing, more important than being an accountant, being a businessman, being a pastor, is searching for those lost sheep. That is the most important thing. At your first year at Souls, we have what's called a practicum from January through March. We call that the health practicum, where our students are learning the health message. They're learning to be lifestyle coaches. Their second year, from January through March, they are Bible working. And many of them have served throughout the conferences. I have some right now in Los Baños. I have some right now in Patterson. I have some in Modesto. And I have some in Templeton. Now, this is just Central California. We send them all over the Union. And the beautiful thing is being able to